Hello children, we will learn a grammar topic, pronouns. One day, the teacher told the children to write an essay on my friend. The children were very excited and all began to write their essay on my friend. Then she asked Rekha to read the essay that she had written. This was the essay that Rekha had written. My friend. Meena is my best friend. Meena is 7 years old. Meena and I go to the same school. Meena is a smart girl. Meena and I study together. Meena lives with her parents and her little brother. Meena loves to draw and dance. The teacher told Rekha that her essay was very good, except that you use the word Meena too many times. So the teacher told Rekha, instead of using the word Meena so many times in your essay, there is something else you can do. So the teacher corrected Rekha for her essay. The first line, you must write the person's name. Meena is my best friend. Then, instead of saying Meena is 7 years old, you can use the word she. Meena is a girl, so you use the word she. She is 7 years old. The next sentence, Meena and I go to the same school. So instead of writing Meena and I, you can write the word we. We go to the same school. The word we is used when you talk about somebody else and yourself. So you can write the word we instead of Meena and I. The next sentence, Meena is a smart girl. Instead of writing Meena again, you can use the word she. She is a smart girl. Meena and I study together. Again, when it says Meena and I, you can use the word we. We study together. Meena lives with her parents and her little brother. Again, you can write the word she. She lives with her parents and her little brother. And the last sentence, you can use the name again. Meena loves to draw and dance. So you see children, instead of a noun, you have used another word which is called a pronoun. So a pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. Pronouns are words used in place of nouns. The words I, you, he, she, it, we, and they are pronouns that come in the naming part of a sentence. You have already learned, children, what is the naming part and the telling part. The naming part comes first. which means that you are talking about that person. And the telling part comes afterwards, which tells you what that person or thing is doing. Nouns. There are singular nouns and plural nouns. Singular means one and plural means many. So for the nouns, if you are using a singular noun, you use the word I as the pronoun. I, he, she, it are singular. In plural, the pronouns are we, they. And you can be used for singular as well as plural. So for a noun, for a boy, you will use he. If you are talking about yourself, you use I. If you are talking about a girl, you can say she. If it is an animal or a thing, you have to use the word it. If the nouns are plural, like Meena and I, we use the pronoun we. And if you are talking about some other people, then you use the word they. Now this is your school, children. This is my school. It is very big. So instead of saying my school is very big, again you use the word it, because it is used for a thing or an animal. It has many classrooms. Now here we are talking about the classrooms. So I've used the word they because it's many. They are all very clean. Now let's do a few examples of the singular pronouns. My name is Lisa. I am a teacher. When you talk about yourself, you have to use the pronoun I. Now here I am talking about a girl. Felicia is my student. She is 7 years old. Because it's a girl, I have used the pronoun she, and it is only one girl. So I've used the pronoun she. Anshuman is my friend. He lives near my house. Now only one boy, so I've used the pronoun he because it's a boy. You cannot write she because you write she only for a girl. But for a boy, you write he lives near my house. And for a singular noun, you use the pronoun he. This is a bus. It is yellow in color. Now I told you earlier the word it is used only for things and animals. And I'm talking about a bus. So the bus is a thing. I use the pronoun it and there is only one bus. Now I'm doing plural pronouns. Here the sentence, Rahul and I are best friends. We play together because it is Rahul and I. When you are talking about yourself with somebody else, you use the pronoun we. There are two of them. So you use the pronoun we. The girls are in the park. They are playing. Now here there are many girls, so I've used the pronoun they because it is many and you're talking about those girls in the park. So you say they are playing. So the pronoun they is used when you're talking about many people and things. Now here, this is an important game. You must play well. I told you children that you is used for singular as well as for plural nouns. Here the coach is talking to only one boy and he is telling him it is an important game. You must play well. Even though it is one, I've used the pronoun you. Now in this sentence, this is an important game. You must play as a team. Now here the coach is telling many boys to play the game well as a team. So even though he is talking to many boys, he has used the pronoun you. So you can be used for one as well as many, singular or plural. The pronouns that you just learned come in the naming part of a sentence. Now the words me, him, her, it, us, you, and them are also pronouns. They come in the telling part of a sentence. Now we will learn the pronouns that come in the telling part of a sentence. So for nouns of singular and plural, these pronouns are used in the telling part. Me, him, her, it. They are singular. These pronouns are used for singular nouns. Us, them or their is you and are is used in the plural part of a sentence for plural nouns. So these pronouns are used. Now the word pronoun you is used for singular as well as for plural. Let's do a few examples of these pronouns. He is my father. I love him very much. Here the naming part is the first part. He is my father. And the telling part is I love him very much. So we have used the pronoun him in the telling part. You cannot write I love he very much, even though it is one person. I love is your naming part. Him very much is your telling part. So him comes in the telling part. This is my pen. Give it to me. Now here we have used the pronoun me, not my. You cannot say give it to my. First you are talking about your pen and then you are saying give it to me. So me becomes the pronoun in the telling part. Radha has a pet. It is a dog. Now here the pronoun it is used in the telling part. Sam found Seema's book. He gave it back to her. Here the pronoun her is used. Sam has found Seema's book and now he is giving it back to her. You cannot say she. You have to say back to her. He gave it back to her is the telling part. So here the pronoun her comes. Now we will do the pronouns for plural. All those we did earlier, like him, her, it, is all for singular. They are my grandparents. I help them. Now here the word grandparents means more than one, plural. So you use the pronoun them. You are referring them to the grandparents, the noun grandparents. You have used the pronoun them. My mother is making a cake for us. Now here you're talking about your mother making a cake for you and your brother or your sister. Us means we all. So the pronoun us is used. The tiger is our national animal. Now here the pronoun our is used. Our means me and many other people. So the pronoun our is used. You are my best friend. I like to play with you. Now I told you children, you can use the pronoun you for singular as well as for plural. So I've used the pronoun you and again I have used the pronoun you. Now a friend is talking to another friend and telling him, you are my best friend. I like to play with you. So the pronoun you is used. Now children, in a sentence, you all know there are two parts, naming part and telling part. Now the pronouns used in the naming part, I is used in the naming part. For the pronoun I, in the telling part, you can use me or my. He in the naming part and in the telling part for the pronoun he, you can use him or his. Like I gave you a sentence earlier, he is my father, and you're talking up the next part of the sentence, I love him very much. So you have used the word him here. She in the naming part and for the pronoun she, you have to write her. She is my best friend. I love her very much. It. It in the naming part remains the same in the telling part. All these pronouns are used for singular nouns, for one person, place, animal or thing. We. We in the naming part and us in the telling part. We went to school. They gave us chocolates today. So you use the pronoun we first, and then when you're talking about you and your friends, you use the word us. For the pronoun they in the naming part, you use them or their in the telling part. They are my grandparents. I help them. These pronouns are used in the plural for plural nouns. Now children, that you have learned about pronouns in the naming part and the telling part, we will circle the pronouns in a sentence. This is my house. Which is the pronoun here? My. The teacher gave them a test. Which is the pronoun? Them. He has a red car. Which is the pronoun here? He. She is a tall girl. Which is the pronoun here? She. Give him a red pencil. Which is the pronoun here? Him. Now children, you have to give a pronoun for the given noun. Teacher will give you a noun and you have to use the correct pronoun. For the noun chair, you will use the pronoun it. It is a chair. Uncle. For uncle, which pronoun will you use? He. He is my uncle. Sanika. Sanika is a name of a girl. So the pronoun she is used. Grannies. Now children, here there is a word not granny but grannies, means apostrophe s. So we are talking about your grandmother's something, maybe your grandmother's glasses. So the pronoun her is used. Tiger. It is used. Parents. They. The pronoun they. For Ram and I, we. Hurries. Again, there's an apostrophe s. The pronoun his is used. Now here, children, you will give a pronoun for the underlined word. A sentence will be given and a word or two words will be underlined. You have to give a pronoun for that word. Her name is Arfa. Arfa is 7 years old. Now I have used Arfa twice. So instead of using Arfa again, which pronoun can you use? She. Her name is Arfa. She is 7 years old. You cannot write her is 7 years old because she is the naming part of a sentence. The elephant drinks water with the elephant's trunk. Now here the words the elephants is underlined. So which pronoun will you use? Its. Now why did you use the word its? Because here there is an apostrophe s. So you used an apostrophe s here also. The elephant drinks water with its trunk. Mark and Ashley are friends. Now the words Mark and Ashley are used, are underlined. So which pronoun will you use? They, because it is not you in this sentence. Mark and Ashley are friends. They play together. So the pronoun they is used. Joel and I went for a walk. Joel and I had fun. Now here the word Joel and I. Which pronoun will you use? We. Because you are there in the sentence. The pronoun I is there. So for you and your friend, you write we. Joel and I went for a walk. We had fun. Ian has a pet dog. The dog is brown in color. Now here the words the dog is underlined. So in place of the dog, which pronoun will you use? It. It is used for animals and it is used for things. So the sentence reads, Ian has a pet dog. It is brown in color. My brother likes vegetables. My brother eats plenty of vegetables. Now here children, my brother is underlined and vegetables are underlined. So you will use the pronouns my brother likes vegetable. For my brother you have used he. And for vegetables, which is a thing, you have used it. My brother likes vegetables. He eats plenty of it. Thank you, children. I hope you have understood about pronouns. Thank you.